Hi, I'm Lisa Crosby, and in this video, I'm going to answer the number one most frequently asked question that I get about Power Apps. Number one by far, which is this: can you explain the licensing model in a nice, simple, quick way? Yes, I can. So let's do this. Some disclaimers here before we get started. This is the official licensing guide. Please read this. This video here is not meant to replace the official licensing guide. I don't work for Microsoft. This is not an official Microsoft licensing video. This is me as an active member of the Power Apps community, giving you an explanation of how I understand the licensing. I run a lot of Power Apps training. I get asked this a lot, so this is my way of making it simple, but please read the licensing guide to get the full official answers to any other questions you have beyond what I'm explaining here. So the best way to understand Power Apps licensing is the intent of the different kinds of licenses. And there are actually four ways that you can get access to Power Apps. The first and the most common one is that people discover it as part of their Office 365 license. So the idea there is that the licensing is seeded within Office 365 to allow you to extend and customize productivity applications and collaboration applications. So you look at that whole Microsoft 365 suite of products and the things you can do there: extend SharePoint, build apps on top of Excel, send messages or create teams, things that you would do as part of that productivity suite of products is what that license is intended for. It's actually the thing that allows you to extend all of those tools and customize all of those tools. So if your use case is a productivity or collaboration kind of scenario, then that seeded license that comes with your M365 or Office 365 plan is a great place to get started. At the other end of the spectrum, if you are a Dynamics 365 user, you've also got some included capability for Power Apps there. And again, the intent of that license is to allow you to extend your Dynamics 365 application with a Power App. You might want to build a Canvas app connected back to your sales opportunities or something like that. So the intent of that license is to customize and extend the Dynamics 365 experience with Power Apps. And then we have our premium licenses in the middle, which are the paid Power Apps licenses. And you need to be on a paid Power Apps license, a premium license, if you are using Power Apps to extend, customize, and work with enterprise applications, big database applications, anything of that ilk. So you're out of that productivity scenario and you're really into a full workload or a full database application. So if you want to use the common data service, which is the internal data storage capability of the platform, you need a premium license for that. If you want to connect to Azure SQL, also need a premium license. If you want to connect to any of the premium connectors, and generally the premium connectors get into those big kind of enterprise databases. So you want to connect to Salesforce, Oracle, Zendesk, all of those kinds of things. You're going to need a premium connector to do that, because that's really beyond the scope of the intent of that Office 365 seeded license, right? You're outside of productivity scenarios now and into, full business applications, full enterprise business applications, and that's where you need the premium license. In terms of premium licensing, then there are two options. The biggest option, the full option, and this is in US dollars, so you need to convert for your local currency wherever you're watching this, is $40 per user per month. Now, actually, the other thing I should point out here is that Power Apps is a business applications platform. Every user needs to have a license. The same way that the Office 365 or M365 licenses work, every user has to have a license. Same with any CRM system. Every user has to have a license. It's that kind of system. So you can't actually use this to go and build consumer applications, put up on the Apple Store and have everyone download it for free. It's not that platform. Every user has to sign in. The first thing they do is they sign in with their Azure Active Directory account. So if you're thinking of a scenario where you're going to build an app and put it out for all your customers or whatever, if they're not actually signing in as a guest user or an employee user of your Azure Active Directory with a Power Apps license, then it's the wrong solution. There are other tools in the platform. Power Apps Portals allows for that kind of thing, but Power Apps fundamentally is a business applications platform where every user needs to be licensed. So The full premium license, $40 per user per month, allows you to have as many power apps as you want. Like that becomes extraordinarily good value once you start to have that throughout your organization. You could have hundreds or thousands of power apps in there, and that price suddenly becomes very, very cheap. However, that's a bit of a barrier to get started. So the other license that's in there is $10 US per user per month per app. So that is a per app license. And the idea there is to give organizations a starting point without fully committing to that big license that gives you the unlimited number of power apps, to enable, one or two business scenarios. So you've got a particular scenario in mind where you want to build a power app, and that allows you to do that. And that may well be, enough. If that's all you've got in mind is one particular scenario, great, you can stay on that license. But it can also be a way for you to get started and then upgrade if you feel like it later, as you start to see the value and as you start to get more applications in there. Then the bigger license becomes a better fit for your organization. So there you have it. You need to understand the intent of the licenses to deconstruct it. If you're getting a license seeded within Office 365 or M365, it is designed for productivity and collaboration kind of extensions and scenarios. If you're working with Dynamics 365, you've got some capability there to extend that application. Otherwise, you're paying for a Power Apps license at either $10 per user per month for a single app, a single use case, or $40 per user per month for as much as you can build, and that's where it starts to get awesome. All right, I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching.